Hey guys, Matthew from the Nowhere Men here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Event Lab. This is a series where we'll be exploring the various ways you can obtain event-exclusive items and Pokemon without resorting to using a cheating device. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to get Celebi in Generation 3. Now, this one is going to be incredibly difficult for you guys to obtain, because there's a lot of items you're going to need in real life that are going to make this very difficult. This is probably going to be the hardest Pokemon I'm going to show off in this series, but I'm going to show it nonetheless because it is really cool if you do manage to be able to get all of the items. So first thing you're going to need, you are going to need a Japanese Game Boy Advance game, Pokemon Game Boy Advance game. This one I'm using is Pokemon Sapphire. Not only that, you are actually going to need to beat the Elite Four in the Japanese game before you can do this. Now, I'm pretty lucky. I got one on eBay that already had the Elite Four beaten, which was just kind of lucky on my part, so I just took advantage of that. But you are going to need this somehow. I think in Ruby and Sapphire, you should be able to transfer save files from American Game Boy Advance games to the Japanese ones, if you know how to do that. Other than that, you might have to play through one of these games in Japanese. So, like I said, very difficult. But if you're lucky enough to get one on eBay with the save file that already has beaten the Elite Four, you're good. Now I'm going to cut away to the next thing you need. Okay, guys, the next thing you are going to need is you are going to need the Japanese Pokemon Colosseum. More specifically, a save file with every single Shadow Pokemon purified. This is going to be incredibly difficult because the American save files and the Japanese save files are different, and you need the Japanese one. Now, I really hate that they did it this way, but unfortunately, that's what you're going to have to do. Now, I did not play through Colosseum in Japanese. Heck, I haven't even played Colosseum in English yet. But, so what I did was I found a save file on the internet and put it on a memory card. Now, if you want to do this, you can do this on a modded Wii or a modded GameCube. Now, keep in mind that if you do want to do this and you transfer a Japanese save file to your memory card, please, whatever you do, put it on a spare memory card with nothing on it, because you cannot mix Japanese and American save files. If you were to put a Japanese save file on a memory card with the English save files, there goes all your save data. So please do this on a memory card dedicated to this or any other Japanese save data. So as you can see here, this is a 100% complete save file. And yeah, now another thing, I am using a modded GameCube with what's called, I think it's called the Xeno chip. This allows me to play different region games on one GameCube, because GameCubes by default are region locked. Meaning that if you have an American GameCube, you can only play American games. If you have a Japanese GameCube, you can only play Japanese games. This specific chip allows you to play any region game on a GameCube. So you're also going to need that as well. Or as I understand it, there's something called the Freeloader, which I think allows you to do the same thing without modding your GameCube. But I don't know much about that, so don't take my word for it. Do some research. But yeah, you are going to need a way to play Japanese discs. So now that you have that, let's go over to the main thing you're going to need. Okay, guys, this is the final thing you're going to need. You're going to need the Japanese Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc. This is actually rather expensive. I've seen them go anywhere between $90 and a couple $100. You're going to need this. You're going to need a lot of stuff. So just to recap, you're going to need a way to play Japanese GameCube games, whether that be a modded GameCube or a Japanese GameCube. You're going to need a Game Boy Advance Pokemon game with the Elite Four beaten. You're going to need a Game Boy Advance. You're going to need a Game Boy Advance to GameCube link cable. You're going to need a memory card with a 100% complete Pokemon Colosseum Japanese save file with every single Shadow Pokemon purified. Once you have that, you'll be able to get Celebi. As I said, this is very difficult. Some people might argue that it's not even worth it. I personally think it is worth it. Another thing to note is that your Game Boy Advance Pokemon game can only get one Celebi, meaning if you've already redeemed one, you're not getting another one. So for me, because my Pokemon Sapphire had already redeemed one, I had to inject a previous save file that did not have it. So for example, if you bought a Japanese Game Boy Advance game and already has the Celebi redeemed, you're not going to be able to get another one. Now the good news is if you have a complete Ruby or Sapphire save file, and you have a way to back it up and inject it in other cartridges, you can do that, because as far as I know, the American and the Japanese save files are compatible. So for example, if you have a Japanese Ruby and an English Ruby, and you beat Ruby on your American cartridge 100%, you can inject that save file to your Japanese Pokemon Ruby and you'll be good. So there's a number of ways to do it, but like I said, guys, this is incredibly difficult, incredibly tedious, and if you don't have everything you need or you're not willing to spend the money, it can be very difficult and sometimes not even worth it. I probably spent a little over $200 to be able to do this, but personally, I think it's worth it. Okay, so here we are. Let's go here. You're gonna go here. Talk to this guy. Okay, now you're going to turn on your Game Boy Advance, which is linked to the GameCube. All right. I hope this worked. And there we go. There is Celebi. Oh my gosh, this was incredibly difficult, incredibly tedious, and you need a lot of expensive items to be able to do this. But this is how you get a legitimate Celebi in the 3rd generation. And now that we are done with that, I'm going to go ahead and put my Pokemon Sapphire back in and show it to you. Okay guys, we are back to Pokemon Sapphire. And I'm going to go ahead and show you Celebi. Now, this is able to trade to American games, no problem. So if you have a English Pokemon Ruby or English Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Fire Red, whatever, you are able to trade it over. So this is it. This is the Japanese Celebi from the Pokemon Colosseum bonus disc. I've actually caught them all in the 3rd generation. And of course, this is where I got Celebi. And it's level 10, and I can't read any of this. I believe that move is Confusion right there, but I don't know about the rest of them. But that's it, guys. Like I said, you can trade this to your American games. I don't think there's any issue with trading it to the newer games. I have successfully traded it to Generation 4, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to trade it to the newer ones, but yep, that's it. And anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned for some more Pokemon Event Lab, as well as some other stuff we have planned. See you guys next time.